Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be revisiting products that I forgot my opinion on, maybe products that I've only really used once or twice but like a really long time ago. I got this idea while watching Ali Glines, one of her new videos. She went in and did a full face of products that she had only used one time. I don't think I have a whole lot of products that I've only used once, but the products that I have in front of me, I just honestly don't really remember how I feel about them, or I have a hunch that I do like them, but I just want to revisit them to confirm how I feel. The first product I'm going to be applying on my skin today is the Murad Age Reform Invisiblur Perfecting Shield, and this product has an SPF of 30. I picked this product up, oh god. What is going on? Is the cap broken? Oh, that would really suck if the cap was broken. I was excited about it. I picked this sort of primer skincare prep product up while I was still working at Ulta, so quite some time ago, and it was not at a time where I was actually thinking so much about SPF. And when I actually went in my collection and grabbed this out of my little primer concealer drawer this morning and saw that it had an SPF of 30, I was like, what the heck? How come I haven't been using this all along? I'm actually patting it into my skin. I kind of feel like I was starting to feel it bead up a little bit. Hopefully I didn't apply too much. And yeah, that looks really good. It kind of just like perfected and smoothed everything out. I'm ready to go in with some foundation now. For my foundation, I'm revisiting the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. It is mattifying and says it has a second skin effect. And I'm using the shade Camel Beige 046. The dropper on the foundation actually works really well, which is nice. Sometimes when foundations are in droppers, or like any makeup product for that matter, sometimes it does not come out, but that dropper was really nice. That kind of shows me that the foundation is probably really liquidy. And oh wow, that's really nice. This is a great shade match for me. That looks so beautiful. I also purchased this foundation while I was still working at Ulta, and I was actually kind of annoyed when I purchased it because there was a sign on top of the Catrice section that said like 50% off until August 30th or something like that. And I bought some Catrice things. Oh yeah, it's beating up a little bit, but I think it'll be fine. But I bought this Catrice foundation when it was supposed to be 50% off, and then when I got to checkout, everything rung up full price and I didn't even notice until I, got home, and I was like, okay, like I'll just go get a price adjustment when I get back to work. And I didn't get back to work until after like that date ended, the August 30th. I'm pretty sure that's when it was. And my manager didn't let me do a price adjustment, even though the sign was still up and it was after August 30th. So my skin looks really, really great. There are a couple of areas that if I, wanted very full coverage skin, I would probably maybe layer up on the foundation, maybe do another layer around my mouth area. But honestly, overall, this looks so gorgeous. I'm really excited to see how this wears throughout the day. I have two concealers that I pulled out. One is another Catrice product. It's their Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer, and I have this in the shade Nude Beige. I don't remember. That'd probably be a bit too light for me right now. The other concealer that I grabbed is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid, and I have mine in 40 Medium. I'm gonna see if that's a little bit of a better shade. Yeah, it's a little bit darker. I think I'm gonna go in with the Revlon Candid. I don't remember how I felt about this concealer, but I really like the wand. It's like kind of curved and flat, like really flat and curved. It's kind of interesting. I am not having any issues with anything lifting, and I was kind of worried about that when I was noticing some like beading going on over here on my forehead, but everything is looking good and promising. I have my Wet n Wild bronzer in Sunset Striptease. I've definitely used this bronzer a few times, and I believe I've liked it in the past. I've had no problems with it, but it was kind of the only bronzer in my collection where I was kind of like, I actually don't really remember like how exactly I felt about it, or if I liked it better than some of the bronzers that I use daily. So I wanted to grab it. Also, Jamie Page used a Wet n Wild bronzer in one of her new drugstore dupe videos, so it's kind of like, all right, I want to pull mine out and see how I feel. This is applying really nicely with my e.l.f. feathering highlighting brush, feather light highlighting brush. I really like this brush for bronzer. I don't love it so much for setting my skin with powder, so yeah, I'm glad I have a use for it, and it works so well at applying bronzer, just like really nice and blown out, blended. I love it. Ooh, I really like the shade of that bronzer. I was kind of thinking it wasn't going to be the best on me. It does have a little bit of a glow, so if you prefer matte bronzers, I'm not sure you would love this one, but I don't think that the glow is anything crazy. It's kind of more like a satin, really nice natural glow. That's so pretty. I'm going to do my brows really quick. I pulled out this e.l.f. brow pencil and I have it in the shade Deep Brown. The actual pencil part is actually rather thick, so I'm gonna be really light-handed with this. And I'm just doing really light, quick strokes. I am gonna go over with a brow gel, so I'm not worrying about getting my brows too dark. So I actually have a brow appointment. I have a brow appointment on Friday. In my appointment, I am getting them tweezed instead of waxed. I'm gonna talk to my brow girl about it before we get started and see what she thinks. But I have a tweeze because I kind of still want my brows to be like hairy and fluffy, but I do kind of need to get them cleaned up a little bit. So I'm kind of wondering with the tweeze if we can kind of leave some of the hairs that are around my brow and then just clean them up and shape them. Brows are looking pretty good. I actually do like the color match. I think it matches my hair really well. And it is kind of a good thing that this is a harder formula. Like, it was kind of, you have to like really rub very hard if you want a lot of a color payoff. So I actually think that this looks really nice. I should probably keep this out and maybe like try and use it up because I actually think it does look really nice. For my brow gel, I'm using a brow gel from Merit. This is their Black Brown, and I've not really been a big fan of any of the Merit products except their lip oil really grew on me and I actually really like it. For my eyeshadow, I'm using my Urban Decay Primer Potion. I actually don't own another primer, so yeah, I'm just gonna use this one. And I know how I feel about it. It's my favorite primer ever. One of the eyeshadow palettes, or I guess two eyeshadow palettes that I pulled out are my Zoeva eyeshadow palettes, and I never ever use these. I bought this Zoeva eyeshadow palette while I was in Germany, and I probably will never declutter this eyeshadow just because I did get it while I was traveling, but I never ever use any of these shades. And then I also have another Zoeva palette. When Zoeva ended up coming to Ulta, I purchased I think 2 Zoeva eyeshadow palettes and I decluttered one, but I kept this all matte one. I just, you know, love an excuse for having an all matte eyeshadow palette. But these mattes in here, I just don't get that many uses out of them. So I am excited to use this palette. These 2 orangey shades are just really screaming at me. So we'll see what I do with that. And then for a little glitter topper moment, it's been a real long time since I used my Touch in Sol Metalist liquid glitter toppers. And these are gorgeous. I checked to see if they're still available, and they are. You can get these at Ulta. They are online only, but you know, you can still purchase them. I am such a sucker for a white gold. So we have that shade right there. The one right next to it is a bit more bronzy. And then we have like a sort of sheer wash of pink gold. I'm taking this light orange. It's called Through the Window. And I need to wash my brushes so bad, but I am taking it on a real fluffy brush and just doing my eyeshadow how I always do it, just like placing a matte shade on the outer corner and through the crease. It's what I do for every single look. Outer corner, through the crease. Outer corner, through the crease. And then blend it until it's nice and soft. I'm going to take this red orangey shade next. It's called Chat Late at Night. And I'm taking it on a small pencil brush. And I'm going to line my lash line with it. I kind of think the contrast will look really good. What do we think? Oh, that's kind of cool. Kind of want to bring it out for a wing. I might do that. But yeah, I'm just kind of sloppily applying it to the lash line. I think I might actually bring it out for a little wing. So what I'm basically just doing is making a wing with my pencil brush. And it's basically just a really soft eyeshadow wing. Adding a little bit more orange right here, the light orange. And now I'm taking a little bit of the concealer that we used on the back of my hand. I'm taking a dirty concealer brush. I have it in my planner to wash my makeup brushes today. I really need to do it since I'm traveling next week. So fingers crossed I do it, fingers crossed. And now I'm going to make my liner. Just cleaning it up just like that. That looks so good. On this side, I feel like the idea of the liner kind of got lost a little bit, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm just gonna keep going. Oh, yes! I love that. I love that look. For my glitter topper, I'm going to use the bronzy shade from the trio, and I'm going to apply it directly to my eyelid. And now I'm taking this fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to softly blend it out and just kind of move it into place. What I like to do on these outer edges, so like where kind of like the matte shades and the glitter meet, I like to pat. And I also like to kind of do light little strokes and patting motions to kind of get a little bit of the glitter up towards the brow bone and the crease, but not like a real concentrated amount. Just sort of enough. I'm going to see what High Hawks and Urban Culture look like mixed together, because I want a light brow bone situation, but I think the white in there is just way too light. I like to do this, go in with like a light matte shade, just to kind of clean up my eye look a little bit. I do want to curl my lashes, so I'm gonna curl them. So the mascara that I grabbed for today's video is the Bare Minerals Lashtopia Mega Volume Mineral Based Mascara. I don't remember how I feel about this mascara. I think it's probably pretty nice, and I like this wand shape. I think it's probably gonna give me really nice fluffy lashes, so we'll see. Ooh, really nice fluffy lashes. I really, really like this mascara. Excuse me. This mascara is gorgeous. I need to take care of that, but I'll wait till it dries. So I've liked to put my highlighter on before my blush for a while now. I just feel like sometimes it looks a little bit nicer. Sometimes those highlighter streaks are a little bit less noticeable. So I'm going to apply a little bit of highlighter now. This is the I'm Mimi in Champagne Gold. It's like a little stick highlighter. I do have also a little stick bronzer from them, but I wanted to pull out the highlighter today. It was the only highlighter in my collection where I was kind of like, oh, I wonder how that does look on me. I forgot. And that's pretty cute. I just don't really wear highlighter anymore. It's pretty silvery. Moving on to blush now, I have the Ilia Color Haze Multi Matte Pigment. This is in the shade Waking Up. I don't really remember how I feel about this. I do know that I like the shade of it, but it's really been a long time since I've used any of my Ilia products, really. Hold on. This might be too old. This might be time to actually throw this away. It's not usually this thick, right? And that's so weird too, because the cap's been on like this whole time, so I don't really know why it's dried out. It's not usually this thick, I feel. Taking a little bit from my hand onto my e.l.f. Putty Blush Brush, and we're just going to... I also don't remember this shade being so light. I kind of thought that this was a darker shade, but it's showing up really light on me. I actually think this might be the only product in this video so far, or I'm kind of thinking like, maybe I don't need this in my collection anymore. I guess that looks pretty, but I feel like I have other blushes that do this. Okay, I might add a little bit more blush a bit later, but I'm gonna move on to my lips. For my lips, I pulled out two products that I'm really excited about because I think it's gonna go with the eye look really, really well. I pulled out my Lime Crime lip liner in the shade Platform, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit, just lining my lips really lightly with it. Getting a little lip line definition. I don't use this lip liner often because it's a little dark and also a little bit orangey, but it's so pretty. Oh, and that looks so good with the look. And for the lip gloss, I pulled out this Thrive Causemetics lip gloss in the shade Ruth. Don't you just think that's gonna look so good with the eye look? Oh yeah, I was right. That combo is so cute. I am gonna add a little bit more blush. I'm just taking a bit more that's on the back of my hand. For powder, I'm using this MAC setting powder. This is a product I do remember how I feel about it. I really like it, but it is one of those products in my collection that is just like, I need to just use it up at this point. So when I saw it in the back of my little drawer, I just pulled it out. And now I'm using it. So I am absolutely obsessed with this look. I think that, yeah, this just looks so good. Even with my little braid ponytail, I'm just like, this is a look. For setting spray, I pulled out the Beauty Bakery baking spray. And it's been a little while since I've used this. I'm kind of afraid that I stopped using it because the sprayer on it was kind of funky. I'm gonna wipe it off. All right, so I'm gonna use it. I like that it's in a continuous spray bottle. Yeah, I think the spray is wonky. I'm gonna run it over some like water to see if that can fix it a little bit. All right, so yeah, this is the complete look. I really love like everything on my face right now. I'm really happy that I tried out the Catrice foundation again. I need to pull this out more often. Like, how beautiful does my skin look? I actually think I also need to pull out the Revlon Candid concealer again too. This was a really good shade and it just looks super nice on my skin. I'm really loving the skin. My brows are looking good, my eyes are looking good. Oh, another product I feel like I need to be using more often too is this Bare Minerals mascara. I love my lashes. They just look so long, fluffy, voluminous. It's giving me everything that I honestly like in a mascara, and it's only in one tube. Lately I've been doubling up on mascaras a lot because I just can't find like the one that's working for me, and honestly I think that's the one. And then the only product honestly on my face that I'm kind of just not loving, and I actually really like the appearance of it, I think it makes my cheeks look really nice and healthy, but the consistency of it was super off, and this is an older product, so I'm kind of thinking it might be expired, especially because Ilia is a clean brand. But yeah, the color Haze just wasn't really, it looks beautiful, it applied really nicely, but it was really off. Like, pulling it out of the tube, I was like really putting all my might to squeeze out this tube. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this look down below, and let me know if there's any products in your collection that you're thinking you might want to give another try. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you aren't already subscribed, definitely go ahead and do so, and hopefully I see you next time.